Good morning, Year 8. This assembly is about the importance of sleep, and I think because of lockdown and stuff, this is something that will be quite beneficial for you all, really. So let's get going. So, our learning objectives are what happens when we sleep, what the benefits of good quality sleep bring us, strategies to promote good sleep, and then where to seek support if sleep is difficult for you. So when it's dark, our bodies produce a hormone called melatonin, and that's what makes us feel like it's time to sleep. At your age now, so between the age of 11 and 16, it's recommended that you get at least 8 to 10 hours of sleep, but I bet many of you don't. Physical activity during the day and being active, that improves your sleep. And then having that good night's sleep has a positive impact on your brain and your body, and it improves your performance and productivity. This is a massive one for young people. Screen technology, anything with a blue screen. It's not recommended to use those things. I know lots of you go to bed with your phones in your hands. You charge your phones in your rooms and in your beds. It's really dangerous to charge your phone in your bed, actually, because it can set on fire. So I'd be recommending that you're charging your phone well away from your bed, and it stops you having the temptation to use it, and basically putting off that sleep pattern. I think a lot of you wouldn't like this really, but sleep affects your physical appearance as well as your mood and your mental health and your memory. The physical appearance is really important to young people, and we'll go into that a bit more detail later. Our body clock, so we all have a body clock, and it helps us stay to our rhythm. And like we said, that light plays a massive factor. So when it gets dark, we're supposed to start then feeling tired. And when you wake up in the morning, if you've had the proper sleep, what you should be having, and the good quality of sleep, you shouldn't feel tired. And the need to keep lying in and stuff, it's not, that isn't how it should be. When you wake up, if you've had a good quality sleep for the right amount of time, you should feel refreshed and ready to go. And it's also important to note here that the sleep pattern you need for sleep only resets after you have slept, so that's really important. So what happens when we sleep? Sleep helps the brain function. A lot of people, I don't think they realise, they don't link sleep to brain function or body function, but more so brain function. Because obviously we know that when we get tired, our body gets tired as well. But the brain is massive here. It helps our concentration and our mood. It helps our memory, because our memory overnight goes from our short term to our long term memory. So anything that's in our short term memory transfers over to our long term memory. Productivity and performance, this is where our decision making and cognitive performance is improved by sleep. So it's making those right decisions. I don't know how many times over the years I've had young people, they've got up late because they've gone to bed late, they've come into school, they're not ready for the day, and then they've done something that they shouldn't have done, or they've answered back in a way that they shouldn't have, or they've made the wrong decision, and it's been quite a negative experience for them. Then your body function. Sleep helps your immune system, helps you fight infection, helps you regulate your hormones. Okay, and as young people, your hormones, you're full of hormones, and you need to make sure that they're balanced. Otherwise, that's when you become emotionally unstable. Repair and growth. again, that is where your body repairs itself. So when you're asleep, your body's repairing itself. So, when you don't feel very well, you're automatically wanting to sleep. That's because the body is wanting to repair itself. Clever, really, isn't it? Now, sleeping young people. We all know that young people don't like to go to bed at a normal time. We know that you all like your phones, but we do have to highlight that it isn't really good for you. Um, you know, Stress can stop you sleeping. So, issues at school or with friends outside of school, social issues is what we would call them, or social stressors, that can impact on your sleep and your quality because you're worrying about things. The same for academic. You find that a lot of year 11s or children that are coming up to their exams, young people coming up to their exams, they don't get a lot of sleep because of stress. So when we talk to you about resilience through LORIC and all the other ways that we build it in to your school life, this is what we're trying to avoid. We're trying to develop your resilience, your ability to cope in stressful situations, and then it will help and prevent poor sleeping habits and make you stronger individuals. Through puberty, your natural, body clock changes because of lots of different reasons. Young children, I'm sure if you've got siblings, younger brothers and sisters, they are really active in the morning and then they get tired throughout the day. They often have afternoon naps and stuff if they're really quite young. But as you get older, the pattern reverses and you all like to stay up in the evening instead. But then it mismatches your time against your sleep. So then what you end up trying to do is, because you're so tired from staying up quite late, but yet you've still got to get up for school in the morning or college in the morning, sixth form in the morning, you're not getting enough sleep. So then you're accumulating this feeling of not having enough sleep. And then the weekend, you just sleep, constantly sleep. And then it pushes your body clock out of sync, really. And again, that can be quite detrimental because you're not getting up, you're not being active, you're not doing things. You're missing out, really, if you're asleep all day, aren't you? So what poor sleep patterns cause? There's short-term and long-term issues with poor sleep. Some of the things are the same on both sides, but I just want to pick out a couple that I think are quite relevant to you guys. So low and fluctuating moods. Now that's common in teenagers anyway. However, the poor sleep pushes through the inability to control your emotions. So you may have low mood, but then controlling that can become quite difficult if you don't have the right amount of sleep and the right headspace to do so. Um, School at the moment is a legal requirement for you. You have to come to school and you have to learn while you're in school, because otherwise there'd be no point you being here, really, would there? So having no sleep or poor sleep will give you difficulties in concentrating and problem solving. So that makes your work really difficult, doesn't it? Then lacking in focus and attention again. If you can't focus and you can't give your work your attention, it's going to be really quite difficult for you. And then energy drinks. Now, it's illegal really for children your age to have energy drinks, and you all know that. We've told you that before. I'm sure your parents tell you as well. But I know you try to sneak them. However, drinking those drinks, what they do is they up your sugar levels, you go all hyper, but then before you know it, you're crashing again. So it's a really unhealthy way to try and keep yourself active and energised. And then I said earlier about affecting your appearance, and it does affect your appearance. It can give you dry skin, it can give you unbalanced skin, it can give you spots, stress acne, stuff like that. So it isn't, poor sleep isn't all it's cracked up to be. Then we've got the long-term things, which is, more health related. So like, you're more likely to suffer from colds and infections. You don't want to be poorly all the time because you don't get enough sleep. What's really worrying is it's linked to anxiety disorders and depression because you don't have a routine, a structure of your day. you can gain weight from eating at the wrong times or the wrong things. I feel that, again, the energy drinks need to be brought up here, because the more energy drinks you drink and over a long period of time, it damages your teeth, it damages your health because of the stuff that's in it, the acid, the sugar. You shouldn't be relying on energy drinks to, function normally. All right. Then how can we have a good sleep? So this is the most important slide in the whole thing, and that is bed. So it's our bedtime routine, our bedroom environment, and our daytime routine. So in the day, we want to be eating a balanced diet. We want to be doing exercise or being as active as we can. We want to eat regular meals and snacks, and we need to make sure that we're hydrated. And then our bedroom environment, it's really important that we're sleeping in a nice environment where we feel calm and happy. Making sure that it's tidy is a good thing. I know young people don't like to tidy, but it will improve your sleep quality. Spraying a nice fragrance or lighting a candle. Obviously, let your parents know if you're going to light a candle, because we don't want you to burn down the house, so that they can blow it out when you do go to sleep, or you can blow it out yourself before you're ready to sleep. Again, limiting your screen time before bed, it just keeps your brain going, and the point of going to sleep and resting is to turn your brain off to as much as you can, so that you're not thinking about all those things and you can get to sleep well. And this is a good one. I have to use this a lot because I find it really hard to switch off on the evening, and it's sleep meditation. So there's lots of apps, there's lots of videos on YouTube that you can put on. I'd just recommend that you don't have the light, so that it's still dark. So if you're having to use your phone or you're having to use a tablet or something like that, put it away from your bed and then turn it upside down so you can't see the light, but you can still hear everything that's going on. And then your bedroom routine. So that is where you're giving yourself time to rest. You're having your routine, you're washing your face, your hands, or having a shower, brushing your teeth, getting into that routine, so you're doing the same things every single day, because then it becomes a habit. Limiting your screen time before bed, again, and reading maybe instead. I think it's important to focus on what good quality sleep does, and that is increasing your strength, your stamina, and your endurance, both physically and mentally. Good sleep is also associated with the increased ability to learn. See that there? That is massive for school. That is what you need. Okay, organisation in our lives and managing stress. If you're more likely to remember to bring everything to school and be prepared and be on time if you're organised. And being organised comes from good sleeping, good routines, good habits. And again, we're looking at the top tips here. Avoid those lines at the weekend, because they do throw off your pattern. Do not eat loads and loads of food before you go to sleep, okay, because it can cause discomfort. Setting yourself regular times, so going to bed at a certain time and then waking up at a certain time with an alarm, that gets you into a routine again. If you've got problems on your mind, make sure that you're talking through them with somebody that you trust, a trusted adult, a parent, someone at school. We're all here to support you, and problems or worries or concerns can affect your sleep. Make sure that your bedroom is cool, dark and quiet, because again, those are the prime examples of being able to get to sleep well. And if you do need help, you can come to anyone at school. Anybody at all will help you. Or if you want to speak to your parent about it, or your carer, or anybody, a trusted adult, have a chat with them, let them know, and they can make you an appointment with a GP. There's also some things here at the bottom, to be at, like, some places that you can access support from. So there's giveusashout.org, themix.org.uk and Childline. So if you feel that you need any support at all, please access one of these avenues of support. All right, we're going to see you back soon, which is really, really fabulous. So I'm going to come off now and I'll see you very soon. All right, bye bye.